One time for the one time. It's the family bloodline. So, what's good people? We are back once again for another Wednesday night episode of the Family Bloodline Podcast. And of course, we have our favorite life insurance trying to extraordinaires, as it were. The Medeiros group is back with us. Yeah, because we got life insurance month this month, right?
That is correct.
Good. I'm gonna get with y'all a little bit later on so I can try and figure out how to get more intricate details as to what's new, what people should look forward to, and how to take care of their loved ones without a GoFundMe. Goodness gracious, I think that stuff still upsets me. People having GoFundMe when all it takes is a pair of Jordans a month. That's all it takes. Anyway, we'll get into that later on. I don't want to do too much with it. But we're gonna hop right in because we got a bit of a skull bust. Let me hit the disclaimer for people who still got to work. The views expressed are those held by the author and do not represent any other organization, company, corporation, or entity. Now, with that being said, what's going on, family? The first topic that we're going to jump right into once I get the music queued up properly so Deuce don't get after me about it is something that I began to look at as I've sat back and just watched what's been going on in America. And I've begun to start calling it the Charlie Kirk effect. The Charlie Kirk effect. And it seems as if America has begun to lose their minds over essentially is a podcaster. so we can what's going on, Spike? We will talk. Good. I'm going to move it back a week with some change and just jump into after I don't call it an assassination for my own personal reasons and views. But I will call it an unrighteous killing, right? So let's start there. And what I'll do, I usually don't do this, but Deuce, you've been gone, so I wanna start with you and see where you are on all of this.
On the whole Charlie Kirk thing, just real quick, man. I think it was a remarkable unveiling, man, on like people behind the scenes. So went off, he's dead. No one knows who it is. All of a sudden, it's retribution time, right? They're bringing out the pitchforks, the tiki lights. Remember the tiki torches, right? They're ready to ride. Come on, Clyde, let's ride. So they're ready, and they're talking about how it's the righteous versus evil, God versus the devil. Everything, all those triggering words, right? And then they find out who it is.
Yep.
Oh, dang, it's a white guy. Dang. It's bad, but we can still ride because he's probably Antifa. He's probably a leftist, right? Then they find out he comes from a MAGA clan, right? A MAGA family. So it was interesting to me seeing how they pivoted from let's scorched earth policy to now it's a more subdued hatred, right? Then the whole Charlie Kirk thing, I got to monitor what I say about it. But I will say, I've seen the post, Charlie Kirk would not have empathy for Charlie Kirk. Based off the things that he says and things that he's played. And I think that my conspiracy hat I put that on, was it a hit to make him a martyr, to push forward the MAGA ideology just so they can win the midterms? That's a lot. I don't know. It's a lot because the Democrats, the left, have nothing to win in killing that guy. Nothing. The right has everything to win in killing that guy. So I guess to sum it up, man, it's shocking. Not him getting murdered, but it's shocking how they're using it as a tool to further divide America.
So let me pause you out right there. So this is for you, Spike. Is it as shocking as Deuce is describing, or where are you at with that? What are your thoughts? Similar? Off?
You talking to me?
Yes.
Man, first of all, thank you guys. Hi, family. Thank you all for having me be part of the show. It's awful. It is all awful convenient. It is so convenient, and it's so elegantly designed. You know what I'm saying? And my thoughts are this. We don't have the American civilian, we don't have the capacity to do what was done on that day. We just don't.
Whoa.
And I don't care left, right. It doesn't. We don't have the civilian. We don't have the capacity to take that man out execution style with one shot like that. It's just too convenient. It's too convenient to me. And I think that we got to pause and we got to really, really ask ourselves, what are we being asked to believe? Right? Because that's the reality of it all. What are the powers that be? What are we being asked to believe? That your neighbor got up on a roof, took this man out, then wrote his manifesto and wrote did all the bullets and stuff like that, did all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's so convenient to the point where it's almost comical. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like they're playing in our face. So that's my real thoughts. This is the greatest show. That's my thoughts.
Okay. Steph, Lynn, pick up on that. Where y'all at with
that? Look, it's funny. Everyone that I've talked to was surprised. See, I followed Charlie Kirk on Twitter. So I knew what this man was about. His comment about the black pilot. You get on the plane, you look into the cockpit, and you see someone who is black, and then you question, is this person qualified to fly this plane, or were they just given this pilot's job because they were black? So as soon as I heard him say that, I knew he wasn't very intelligent, because the way I the way I evaluate people, I got three choices. You're smart, you're not smart, I'm not sure. But as soon as I saw that he made that comment, I knew he was sure. And Jay Glass, because I'm sure you've been around military pilots, most people have no idea what it takes to become a pilot.
It takes more than what I was willing to.
Look, I was in the Navy, and I joined the Navy in Top Gun summer. So I know what it takes. And if it wasn't for these, y'all might not know me. Because I would have been Maverick the second. Because that's what I wanted to be. Once I learned I could only be Goose, I said I'll drive ships then. Because I'm not going to sit behind the Maverick, and who knows what could happen. So Charlie Kirk was a guy that was always making these kinds of inflammatory statements that the MAGA culture immediately consumes. That's my perception of him. And when he got shot and then died, because I saw, first I was on Twitter, I saw he was shot. I'm thinking he's going to go to the hospital and be in intensive care and blah, blah, blah. Minutes later, he's dead. So to me, Charlie Kirk is a man who said whatever he wanted to say, and someone decided to murder him. And that's it. And, because, people were, they do my favorite thing. They jump to a negative conclusion without all the facts. So like Deuce was saying, they already knew he was a Democrat. They already knew he was a radical left. They already knew he was probably trans. They had their little checklist out. All these things that add up to whatever. And then
But Lynn, we know that being trans makes you do bad things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
We'll get there in a second, dude.
No. I mean, I remember I was talking to somebody I knew they were trans, and then we were jaywalking. I never jaywalked. If I wasn't talking to them, I wouldn't jaywalk. That's what I jaywalk, would you? I wouldn't jaywalk. No.
Yeah. So I just and I saw the person that made the comment. No, I didn't say he went to the hospital. I said that's what I was expecting. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I was on Twitter. He got shot. Next update, he was dead. Mm-hmm. Right, instantly. But for me, he wasn't assassinated. I'm with you, Jay Glass. He was murdered.
Yeah, he was murdered.
I'm not giving him assassination status.
Absolutely.
So for me, I had seen him before, and I didn't know or remember. I didn't remember that much about him. I'll say that. And just coming from the standpoint of being a human being, I saw a picture up there where they had him with his wife, and she's holding a baby and another kid. And so I was like, ew, even though this isn't feeling right, I was trying to, my empathy button was pushed a little bit just to learn a little bit more to see what was going on. So, I'm busy with my life. And I keep seeing it. So I said, okay, let me see. Oh, wait. Okay, his wife is speaking. I'm a wife. I would hate to lose my husband at all, but especially if somebody killed him. So I'm putting on that hat just to see, because I'm a human being. So I listened to her 17-minute live that she had. Actually, I ended up listening to it another day, the day after. And I just felt like, wow, it seemed like she was promoting his organization, or the organizations more so than what was going on.
Turning Point.
Yeah, and I know Turning Point. So anyway, but I was just like, wow, I was listening to her, and then about halfway in, I was, okay, it felt like a commercial.
Oh, wow.
And I'm
really?
That she didn't. Of course, she is, lamenting about her husband and everything, and something that she was saying was like, when the daughter asked what was going on with him, where's daddy, she said something like he's beside Jesus, work trip with Jesus, and he's in heaven making heaven crowded so you can buy whatever this is that she likes to buy. And I was just like, Jesus don't need no help, and he sure ain't do all this so you can buy something. So I was just listening, and then all the other rhetoric and everything came in, and I am very sad that his life was I'm sad the man was murdered. I don't care who did it. I'm sad that the man was murdered, because that's evil. Even though what he was saying and what he represented, in my opinion, was hate, which is evil. So, but yeah, his death is no more important than anybody else's.
Rich, pick up on that. Where you at with it?
So normally I'm fired up and I'm running my mouth 100 miles an hour. Not tonight.
200.
Well, 200, but not tonight. Nope, because I believe in your show and I want you to have a long-term future on social media. So I'm gonna watch my way.
Well, maybe if he pop off, we'll get even more ratings.
Well,
I'm self-funded. I am not worried about cancel culture.
Now hold on. You don't see me get too serious right away. ABC, NBC, CBS, television networks, they have to go by a certain code. Social media, you really don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Until you're African American. Now, let me get to this Charlie Kirk. It is a tragedy. Anytime a person loses their life, that's a tragedy. Could be called an assassination for half of America? Absolutely. For half of America, they will see that as an assassination on their views regarding their Christianity. Listen to how I said that, on how they view Christianity.
Their Christianity.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I'm not even sure that we're even humans or that we should still not be enslaved. Let me stop right there. Okay. So I'm sad to see him go. The point has been raised. It seems as if maybe it was staged. I have no comment. Half of America believes that President Trump, candidate Trump, was an assassination attempt on his life last July. Half of America says it's not true. It was staged. Half of America believes that the left are nothing but vicious killers. Half of America believes that the right is nothing more than vicious killers. You've heard me say many times before that I do not believe that trans girls should play in women's sports. With this situation here, I will not stereotype, scapegoat, or demean the trans community or the gay community. I will not do that. If you show me one trans that maybe have a violent streak, I'm gonna show you about 99 more who just want to love and have a good time. We will not stereotype because I'm not a hypocrite. Finally, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be quick with this. More people will be killed from the left and the right. Now they say 3 cops were killed today. Oh gosh, in Pennsylvania. Was that staged? I don't know. Is it in retaliation? I don't know. More people will react to this. And I'm not mad at Black America for saying, don't try to hijack the word assassination, because you took Malcolm from us, you took Dr. King from us, you took Medgar Evers from us, you took the little girls down in Alabama from us, you took Emmett Till. See, that will get us going. It don't take much to get us going. So when you try to take that word assassination, we will share that word with you when it comes to the Kennedy boys, because they were bringing the heat and they had to go. And so was President Lincoln, whether he had his good days or his bad days, he was bringing the heat. He had to go.
Okay. So go ahead. No, go ahead.
That only thing I can say is I hope for peace from both sides, but I don't see it.
So let me jump on that real quick. The whole piece from both sides thing. I have seen more Democratic party members who have echoed a sentiment of peace versus what the right has been doing at the present moment. The majority of the Republican pundits that I've seen, not pundits, but political members that I've seen come out about it, have been stirring the pot to rile the base up. And then they've put out false narratives saying that it's the extreme Democratic left. This is what they do, and they've done this more so than anybody else. Well, that statistically is absolutely false, right? And we don't have to dig back in history far to look at that, right? Wait.
Hold on. It depends on what. Here's where it gets funny, because you hear me say this all the time on your show. It depends on what survey you're using, what analysis that you're using.
It doesn't. We can.
No, it does, because they've gone on TV and they got their own surveys. They got their own analysis. Yes, they do.
I understand.
They got their own thing.
I get you when you're talking about stats. But let's look at the reality of where we are. We don't have to take a long trip in history to see the last 3 to 4 people. Actually, I'll give you a basic stat, and you can go look it up yourself. There have been 87, roughly 8 out of 87 extremist killings that have happened. 81 of those have directly been conservative people, right? The folks that tested candidate Trump, they weren't registered as Democrats. The folks that January 6th, right? That was not a democratic movement. Matter of fact, I'll go back to one of the biggest movements of terrorism in the United States, Timothy McVeigh. He was not registered as a Democrat, right? And that's saying that Democrats or Republicans, either one of those parties, have a monopoly over hate.
But hold on.
Hold on. Give me a second. Because the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, they they will move hatred in order to swing a specific amount of people to believe in their narrative. And they both use Christianity as the foundation. That's the part that I can't make sense of out of any of this.
The Republican Party uses the Christianity. The Republican Party does that.
Go ahead.
So my question, Mike, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I think that the left does it too. I think that the liberals, and they do it too. They do it with the black card, and they do it with the gay card, right? Okay. I'm black and gay. I'm black and gay. And as many times as my name and my identity or whatever it is has been used as like a woe is me moment, and you know what I'm saying, just to try to get some votes or something like that. Like we got to have a come to Jesus moment. Both sides do that, which brings me to my initial point, which is that and I don't know if you guys have seen the Candace Owens, her recent video, her most recent video, where she says this ain't a left thing, this ain't a right thing, this is evil at play. What I'm telling y'all, Candace said that. Candace Owens said that like yesterday.
That explains the video I seen, but go ahead.
There you go. Listen. And it doesn't matter how you feel about Candace Owens. We got to give people some grace to kind of grow up a little bit, right? Give them some space to grow up. If Candace is looking around and she's reading the room and she's saying, "Oh shit, I was wrong," and she said that. She said I was a fool for thinking it was a left and a right thing. That's the discussion that needs to be had as far as I'm concerned, because again, we don't have the capacity. Our government did that shit. Our government took that man out to shake the jar.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. We can't. Hold on. Allegedly, they have the killer, Tyler Robinson. Allegedly, they have his DNA. I say allegedly because he hasn't had his day in court yet. So we can't necessarily say. We can have our suspicions about the U.S. government and things they've done in the past.
Right. And so, listen, Mr. Brown, what I'm telling you is this, again, goes back to the question I asked in the beginning. What are you being asked to believe? That this 22-year-old man, this 21-year-old man, whatever, climbed up on a roof, just look at the details that they provided to you. It doesn't make sense. They're asking you to believe that. Right, and you have a choice to say, "Yep, I do buy that." He wrote the things on the bullets. He did all this stuff. He left the gun in the backpack. Like the story is so far fetched, right? But what really makes sense, and here's where, and I'll shut up in a second. But here's the question you really got to ask yourself: is our government above propaganda?
No.
Is our, and everybody answer that. If our government's not above, if we can all agree that our government is not above propaganda, why are we so quick to believe the mess that they're bringing out instead of pausing and saying, "Hey, our government is really not too trustworthy, and they have done some shady shit in the past." So
wait a minute. Hold on.
This could also be some shady shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. I didn't say you were wrong. I said currently we have the alleged killer with his DNA. That's what they tell us on the news. If you believe the news,
I don't believe it.
Okay. So I want everybody to know, I don't think I've ever talked to the token black guy. I had no idea you were gay. I had no idea. So when we're doing this live video, this wasn't no pre-scripted, okay, you say this and then I'm going to say that. I had no idea. So with that being said, we do know that Charlie Kirk did not survive this. It was a one shot, perfect shot, which if you take that perfect shot in the neck, a kill shot from 150 yards, that same guy in Pennsylvania last July, he had the perfect, I hate to say this word, kill shot, and he couldn't take out candidate Trump. So if you're trying to say token black guy, that shot.
Can I just interject something?
Yes.
When people go down the road of staged, you forget one important element of staging something. You got to rehearse something that's staged.
Okay.
People on Broadway don't just show up and have performances. They rehearse.
Wow.
You and nobody ever look. I got a SAG card from the 90s. I rehearsed for my commercial.
Is that the paper version or
you're not coming nowhere cold and staging anything. Because unless you can give me one example of this is one take.
It depends on your. It depends on your
This
opinion.
was one take. This was no. That's not how stage
was
work
one-
goes down.
It depends
What
on your
was one
opinion
take?
regarding JFK, because initially they told us that Harvey Lee Oswald did all
But that's
that.
not staged.
Now they don't.
That's not staged.
How do you know?
Staged is what staged is someone saying a sniper
Mhm.
from the government
Right.
shot Charlie Kirk, and now they're wrapping this dude up in a nice little wrapper and
Okay.
making him the fall guy.
Okay.
Sure. You don't think that's possible?
No, because you have to rehearse a staged event.
That doesn't make. I'm sorry.
You're not making sense to me.
Rehearse.
Like,
Not making sense.
I don't
That's
understand.
because and to use your point, you said you've done shows before, right? And you rehearse things, right?
You
Did
rehearse.
Did you rehearse with an audience in front of you? No, you don't. You don't rehearse.
So we
rehearse behind scenes.
We rehearse with a person sitting under a little Walmart tent, and then somebody 200 yards away.
Listen, if you I hear what you're saying. I don't think it connects, right? Just listen to this, right? Just consider the following perspective, right? If you are a trained sniper, right, that has done this millions of times, has rehearsed millions of times on cans or whatever, and you know exactly where to point that stuff, and all you need is one shot. Are you saying that there's no such thing as a one-shot sniper that exists in the world?
Well, then guess what?
Go ahead.
Listen to this then. It's not staged. It was a government hit.
Okay.
That's not staged.
That's what I think. That's what
Means
means.
there was a performance.
Okay. All
That's
right.
what staged means.
I
There
think
was
you're
a
getting lost in the
performance.
weeds. I think you're getting lost in the weeds with that.
I'm not
What
lost.
I'm saying is that this was a sniper. This was the
Well,
government.
now you're changing your words.
I've always said.
Hold on.
I've
Wait a
always
minute.
said.
Hold on.
I said sniper first.
Hold on a second.
I said the government did that. I said the
No,
government.
you said stage. All I'm saying
No.
is
I said
Trump's
I
thing
said
was
stage
staged.
in
he said
regard.
stage first,
Okay.
and
But
then
I'm-
you
I'm-
said staged.
But
I
I'm
didn't say
saying staged in regards to candidate Trump in July of 24.
That was staged.
People
Right, and
say-
somebody died. You gonna tell me that you're staging death?
Hold on.
How do you-
That's a
how do
great
you-
point.
Staging death.
No.
Hold on,
Go ahead,
Mr.
go ahead.
Medeiros. Hold on now.
Yeah,
You acting like Mr. Brown tonight. So all I'm saying is this: half of America. When I talk to
And
Democrats,
it's not half. It's not half. It's not half, Richard. It's not half.
Richard
I'm
is
telling
saying,
you,
Half do not believe that was staged.
he's
I'm
saying
telling you, if you ask Democrats, do they believe that President Trump, candidate Trump, really had a shot attempt? They're gonna say they don't know. They don't think
Yeah.
it was.
But
But the
guess
other
what?
half of
300
America
million people died of drug overdoses last year. I heard that last night too.
Now you already
Hold on.
know.
300 million Americans
Can I
died of
ask
drug
you-
overdoses.
Mr. Is it Medeiros? Can I ask you
Yeah,
just
You
one
can call,
question?
listen, you can call me Lynn.
Lynn, I'm sorry, Lynn. I apologize. Lynn.
There's no apology. Just
Lynn,
simplify
so Lynn,
your
Lynn.
life. People
Very good, Lynn.
struggle.
All right.
People have to rehearse saying my name. So just say Lynn.
Lynn, let me ask you a question. For real talk, what do you think happened during 9/11? Do you think that was like what are your thoughts on 9/11?
I believe 9/11 happened, and I lived in DC at the time.
I was
20 minutes
there.
to the Pentagon.
I was in New York. I saw it happen live. I was there.
Okay.
Do you think it was an inside job?
I do not.
Okay. I do.
so.
Okay. And
I do.
listen,
You know what I mean?
token black guy, I'm not trying to get you off of what you believe.
No,
I
know.
just want listen. If we want to believe Mark Wahlberg shooter took him out, then say that. But all I'm trying to get you away from is the word stage. Once you say
We getting lost
stage,
over the stage. We getting
once
lost
you
over
say
the
stage, you go off road.
I said the government. I said that I said the American civilian does not have the capacity to do that.
And
That
they do.
was
They do.
government job.
So you don't know gun
So let me-
lovers either.
Let me punt this over to Deuce. Deuce had some. I saw you waiting, Deuce.
What's
Where
up,
you at?
Lou?
With
So my thing is, I'm gonna go with just to stir the pot. I'm gonna go with stage here, just to stir the pot.
I'm gonna use
to be
the
a
wrong
contrarian.
word.
Here's the thing: we talking about a 22-year-old from Utah, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We've all either been 22 years old or we know 22-year-olds. We know how they text, even nowadays, right? People have gotten away from using complete sentences and speaking in a Shakespearean tone. I'm gonna read some excerpts from this Mr. Robinson here.
21-year-old.
His text into his left.
Right.
I am still okay, my love. But I'm in some city I can't pronounce for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long. Type all the letters. Shouldn't be long until I come home. But I gotta grab my rifle, right? And then
Granddaddy.
this one, and then this, yeah, right. Then the roommate's like, I thought they caught the person. And keep in mind, the roommate is also texting and utilizing 4 sentences. So 2 22-year-olds are communicating via text. Huh?
What do you say?
Is that possible?
Has a 22-year-old ever replied? No, they grabbed some crazy old dude. They interrogated someone in similar clothing. I'm just gonna stop there.
21.
It's so convenient. Right. It's you talk about rehearse.
That's
rehearsed.
That's rehearsed.
That's rehearsed. That is like ChatGPT wrote that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's wild, man. It's wild.
They got called cheap.
It doesn't make sense.
You know, it's what are we being asked to believe here? Like we just buying the shit? You just buying that? Like y'all think that's what happened? That's crazy.
Well, let me throw this out.
All I know is that all of them, everybody involved, had life insurance.
Let me throw something out there, right? Just to kind of put things in a little bit of a different perspective.
That's funny.
There is what's going on, my brother Manny, Mr. I Told You So. But there is a big video game type of exercise that we did in the military called the EST 2000, and that simulator. What it did is it simulated at a real life rifle range, and we would take up our positions and practice with an air rifle that didn't shoot real rounds out, but it would make impact on the screen to show you exactly where you hit that screen. If you did it correctly, if you did it properly, it shows you trigger squeeze. It shows you. I used to run it. I took the class on it. I know exactly how it works, right? And so by the time you do that and you actually get out to the range, you have a better actual percentage of soldiers, that can fire and qualify before ever actually getting on a range in real time. And I'm saying that to say that there is a possibility that there were things that could have been practiced elsewhere to simulate very similar situations that would actually, by the time they got out to where they were going, for things to actually shape up and then the event happened. It's a possibility that I can't rule out. That now I've got to actually take that in consideration because
let me be the Milky Way here.
Do it.
The Milky Way chocolate. Let's remember the fact that this kid was raised in on a right side of the political standpoint. Yeah. More than likely had gun training as a child.
Age 3. Yeah.
Also, when you do hunting, living the life of the American way, when you actually learn how to actually use a weapon and all this other stuff. Because I tell you something, when I joined the military, I shot a rifle. I wasn't even close. Next to all these young bucks, 18-year-old white kids, that they will shoot center mass at their force range.
Off the plane. Yep. Off the plane, they were shooting in the bullseye.
I was talking about this with my friend the other way. Safe. Some people are just they're born a good shot. Some people are born good at golf.
Ain't no way. No. Ain't nobody born with this. This takes years of training and knowledge and education to actually shoot a rifle. The first time I shot a rifle, I didn't even know where the bullet was going. I didn't even know because, and I'm telling you this, I was 21 years old. So imagine at 21 shooting your rifle for the first time and not knowing where your center mass is. But when these kids are being raised with a weapon in their hand, they have a better understanding of how all this thing works. So
Grandpappy's right.
We can't say this is staged just because no, this kid already had that knowledge in him, which obviously used it for the wrong purpose because his mentality changed for whatever reason. And that's why they saying, and this is all me speculating because I don't know what happened, obviously, right?
What do you think happened?
What they're saying. We're going for what people are saying, and they're putting it in perspective. Yeah. If the father turned him in, then that tells you what's the standpoint, right, of that father. But yet again, everything that's been happening around my biggest issue with this is how it's obviously being used to further divide the country more often than it has been. That's my biggest issue right there. And that's why I asked, in order for us, like Puerto Rico has been under the American flag for 130 years, suppressed, not even being able to do negotiations with other countries and just buying and getting an increased economical standpoint, and people losing everything because we can't negotiate with nobody else. I understand how it feels to be oppressed in the economical standpoint, right? But yet again, the Puerto Rican people find a way to strive over that and move on. Obviously, there's things here in the United States that are preventing the young American or the past Black American people to actually surpass what had happened. Because yes, it's still hard, but do you guys feel like the Black American doesn't have the same capabilities of thriving as they used to?
So I don't think the word capabilities would be the proper phrasing. I get what you're saying. It's not capabilities. The question becomes access to resources.
Mm-hmm.
Accessibility then.
Right. Very similar to Boricua, the unfortunate aspect of America in general, it weighs heavily in various different fashions, right? Economically, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Just for a quick, and I didn't want to go down this lane. Before a quick history, Zoe, you okay?
Yeah, it's called ADD, bro.
Turn your phone sideways.
Turn your phone sideways, horizontal.
So for a quick example, the government purposely put all male trees in inner cities. Right. What that ended up doing is it caused kids to grow up and get asthma and have horrible sinus issues, so on and so forth, right? Because there was no where for the pollen to go when things began to happen. Another thing that the government did purposely was, and we can all say this, is the division of the Black family, unfortunately. Now, that doesn't mean that single parents can't do as good as jobs, statistically showing that kids can still be productive from single parent households as well as two parent households. But it was done to hurt the Black culture economically, right? Especially when you remove a certain segment from that population and push another forward for economic stance and posture, and then incentivize it by pushing forward the welfare system, right? So spiritually, the Christian religion, like I said in my actual post on TikTok, denominationalism as well as an allegiance to a specific thing under the banner of Christian religion has tied Black people to an area of forgiveness and forgetting that other cultures don't have, right? We are less likely to hold people accountable for their sins and automatically jump into a forgiveness aspect versus saying, no, you owe us reparations, not you individually, but the corporations of America that are still actually using the money that you gained from slavery. So given all of these different things happen throughout the American experience, we have the capability. We've shown that we started internet. We did the lights. We were the first ones to build cars, so on and so forth. We have the capabilities, but we don't have the same resources at very many different stances. I'm sorry.
Our chances, and like what you were saying, some people, Mr. I told you so. They think that the opportunities that were not available to us happened, I don't know, around the 60s, but that stuff was happening when we were not considered people, taking the mail away, and just doing the whole. So, and then all of a sudden the strength that, I don't really want to get into this, but then the strength that the Black woman ends up having because she does not have her male counterpart ends up being looked upon as negative.
No, I can see that.
So, but it depends. And like you were saying, Jay Glass, regarding the Bible, I'm gonna say this. It depends on those who actually read it and know it. Interpretations are some things, but some things are just black and white. And if you are spewing hate, then that ain't what Jesus was talking about. And then he talks.
I gotta pause you on that because I'm going to segue into that part in a little bit because I do want to talk. I absolutely want to talk about that. So you still have an issue
with what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. I want you to hold that thought. I want you to hold that thought, and we're gonna jump back into that. What you got, Spike?
So for those of you know, my name is my online name is Spike. I go as Token Black Guy because so you don't have to call me Token if you don't want to. But I go as so the reason why I go as Token is because I was a liberal before I was a Democrat. I was born in a Democratic household. I then went to a Trump rally, heard Trump speak, and so I've seen it all. You know what I mean? And both sides, I've been canceled by both sides, which is where a lot of my shit comes from. So I've been because everybody's uncanceled me. But anyway, so everything you just mentioned, Mr. Glass, about how the government did this, government did that, right? If we bring it on around back to the original conversation, here's my biggest question, right? So again, the government is not above propaganda, and the government is not above hurting its own people, right? That's number one, okay? Number two, just real quick, just everybody just say it real loud. Who took out MLK? Just follow me. Who killed MLK?
The government.
The government did that. The government did that. And the reason why the government did that is, again, they had many reasons, right? There was a lot of things going on that MLK was bringing to the surface, right?
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk, listen up now. Charlie Kirk was starting to change his mind on, if we're really going to get into it, let's get into it, right? Charlie Kirk was trying to change his mind on Israel and all this other kind of stuff, right? And so, and then he was supposed to have a meeting with Netanyahu, whatever his name is, didn't do that, didn't take the money, and then lo and behold, this man was taken out. Who took out JFK? The
government.
The government did that. The government did that. So if we just read the room and do the simple math and just look at history, right? Pat, history doesn't repeat itself; it rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
So it's just so convenient that Charlie Kirk was starting to have a change in heart. They took that man out, and then everybody's pointing the fingers. The jar is shaking. Division. Right?
Hey,
right?
Wait a minute. Hold on. One quick question. Hold on. Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
This is bigger.
Hold on a second. When you said he had a change of heart regarding his feelings for Israel,
yes.
Do you have a link? Is there a transfer?
Oh yeah.
I don't have a link, but y'all.
I'll send you the information.
Okay.
He started to have a change. This is what Candace was talking about. This is what Candace Odom said. Candace said Charlie Kirk. This is her exact words. She said Charlie Kirk was starting to have a change in his mind around Israel, and he started to speak on it. And he also wanted those Epstein files released. This is just what happened, right? So we can look at all the details that they're feeding us, right? But what else is going on? There's other shit that's going on that Charlie was starting to wake up. He's starting to question these things, right?
And can I talk for a second?
Jason, I got you. All right, Jason, there you go. Turn your phone sideways, buddy.
This way?
Yeah, just horizontal.
Oh. To address a couple of things I've been listening to.
Turn it back.
And I'll tell everybody will hear.
Turn it back, Jason. Turn it back the other way.
No, other way. This way?
Yeah, we'll deal with that. Yep, you're good to go.
All right. So the whole Charlie Kirk thing, that was a travesty. I hated it. But it happened because of man's opinions and the man's facts that he stated. And he would always address everything with, here's my opinion or here's the facts. That man should never have been assassinated. Now, we can go right back to anything else. We can go back to JFK. We can go back to Martin Luther King. And I honestly, me personally, I don't feel like it was the government that killed them. And that's my opinion. It was somebody that disagreed with what they were saying. And now I'm gonna make a joke. Are you guys open to a joke?
Not about Dr. King. Hold on a second.
Please read the room. Please read the room.
So
hold on, wait a minute. If that's about Dr. King or Malcolm X or any other black folks, no, we ain't joking about that shit.
Read the room. Read the room.
No.
Calm down, man.
You've never seen that side of me before, but you've seen it tonight.
I'm not very sure.
Is it an offensive joke?
No, I don't care if it's not offensive. Man.
Offensive for who?
So moving past the joke.
Is it necessary? Is the joke necessary? Like, it's not.
No, it's not necessary, but there's a lot of serious stuff being talked about.
Right, but when
Jason, will it incite a riot?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. We ain't joking about Dr. King being assassinated, whether it's by the government or by James Earl Ray. I'm not going for that shit. I'm telling you that right now.
All right,
I'm not joking about that.
Zohan.
Yo, I'm with the President Richard Lewis Brown. I support what he says 1,000%.
Stop being a yes man, Zoe.
No, hold on a second.
He's trying to calm me down, but I'm okay.
Hold on. Look, I need to represent. Look, right now, what Mr. Richard Lewis is saying is very
I think Jason's got back. I'm sorry, Jason. I think your background, there's something going on in the background.
Yeah, mute your television.
Okay,
I got it.
So
television,
no, he muted him.
I got it. Push forward, Zoe.
The blueprint continues to be Dr. King, and I say this with all sincerity. I'm not a yes man. I am a trailblazing human being, meaning that we ought to create a path where there is no path. The only human being that has been our moral leader in this regard, meaning that the strife, the struggle has been and will continue to be Dr. King. The moral clarity that Dr. King, and I say this again, Dr. King, ladies and gentlemen, because what he said at the very end, when he knew what he knew, and he stated very clearly that he wasn't going to be afraid, even though any human being would be afraid to be a truth bearer in the dark. And given the fact that right now we are in a darker time, meaning that evil is spreading at an alarming rate, given the fact that a couple of days ago we saw what we saw in Mississippi, I don't want to say anything other than the fact that if we're paying attention, they do not want the minorities to be more graceful in the Department of Unity. That's why the family has been attacked ferociously. Can you imagine if a minority dared to be, dare I say, a true leader and then unites the masses, even though it is very dangerous to unite the masses other than the Great White Hope to be who he wants to be. The silent whistles are now no longer just silent. There are alarming blowhorn, whatever it is, like, rah, 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 because we are minorities. And sometimes when people say certain things, we know that our confidence is being attacked in numerous ways. And I say this again, like right now, the fact that all these things that we're seeing, that we're supposed to be afraid, we're supposed to be anxious about, you know, this person that's now leading the country into like Hispanics, Mexican Heritage Month. We've been like ferociously attacked within our liberties and freedoms paid by the people that actually paved the way for us to speak freely. So freedom has been attacked. Overall, we all feel the aspect that all our freedoms are being attacked, and including.
I got to pause you out. I got to pause you out. Final thought. I don't want you to monologue too much longer. I got a quick question. I got a segue off. I got to give a quick segue. Now, and here's the next question, right? The next talking point that I'm still very much so confused on. Hey, Susie, with us understanding what happened with Charlie, why did HBCUs have to go into lockdown automatically?
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me address that, because I want to go back to what Jason said initially. He said it was a travesty, and I said earlier it was a tragedy that Mr. Kirk, Charlie Kirk, lost his life.
Yeah.
Okay. And when some people say, we don't want to say assassination, I said no, because to half of America that wasn't assassination, because he was talking their political voice, and he lost his life speaking.
At the same time, this motherfucker. It was assassination. It was assassination. Same thing that happened to Martin Luther King. Same thing that happened to JFK.
Right.
Assassination.
Right.
Okay.
So we call it,
It is true.
Wait, hold on.
Whether people like it or not.
Yes, sir. Well, hold on.
Give me a second.
On.
yeah.
Baby, we will hold on.
This
But
is
when
this.
he
This is.
said,
Hold on, Rich. Hold on. This is what I want to allow. Generally speaking, I don't care what on the show, and we can continue in a lot of dialogue, but we won't compare Charlie Kirk to MLK. Those two things are not the same. Hold on, Susie. They are not synonymous in the sentence, in a paragraph, on the page, or in a book. There is no point or time where Dr. Martin Luther King spewed hatred. There's no point in time where Dr. Martin Luther King literally attacked a gender, a person, or a group. Not one single time in any of his platforms. So
we can agree with that. He didn't.
But you know what?
He did not.
Hey, but you know what? You know what, Mr. Glass? This is how tricky this is. That's why I said tonight I'm gonna watch my words. Yeah. In our minds in Black America, that's right. You can't talk about Dr. King and then compare Charlie Kirk to him because we ain't having it.
Hey, baby.
However, to half of
I don't know
America,
who's talking, but tell him to come have a seat on my couch.
But to half of America,
we can have a conversation.
To half of America, Charlie Kirk is their Dr. King.
I get that. This ain't half of America's podcast. So
okay.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Y'all see that?
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that earlier today.
Jimmy Kimmel was canceled because of Charlie Kirk shit. Y'all saw that?
Yeah. Susie, you gotta get one of your earbuds because I can't. It's hard to hear you. You sound like an echo. Yeah.
She done got my earbuds in her ear. I don't hide shit from nobody if I'm going. I want everybody to hear me.
I can't hear her.
I think y'all need to get a laptop. Okay, go get a laptop computer. It's not given.
Put his earbud in your ear,
Susie. I want to hear what you're saying. I want to be able to hear what you're saying. But Deuce, you've been quiet. Jump in. We waiting for you.
So I kind of got lost with the comparison there. But another theory I've seen is Charlie Kirk was indoctrinating the youth of America, right? Mm-hmm. That's why he was going to different colleges to insincerely debate them, move the goalposts when necessary, and out debate those that are not skilled enough to debate him, use other tactics, right? The turning point was gaining traction in the young America male space, right? So another theory is that Nick Fuentes, who has been spewing this for eons, we think Charlie Kirk is bad. So Charlie Kirk could be Darth Vader. Nick is the Emperor, right?
Yeah.
So they're competing for the same. They compete for the same space. So a theory is that the forgive me if I mispronounce their names. The Grapers.
Yep.
Listen, great. See, it's too close to two other words, right? But that they were sent out to kill Charlie Kirk,
right?
Which kills Turning Point, which opens up that space, the ears to young America, which Nick Fuentes can now capitalize on, make money on, and he's far more conservative than Charlie Kirk ever was. So that's another theory.
Honestly,
that's what I said in the beginning. It's a conspiracy theory. Yeah. It's another take. It's it could be a civil war within the MAGA voice.
Ladies on here, so say gentlemen.
Great. The conspiracy is that a 21-year-old person hopped on a roof and then wrote a love letter. That's the conspiracy. As far as I'm concerned, like we gotta just really have a come to Jesus moment and just really talk some sense here. Just think about it. Just think about it. Does that make sense to y'all? Especially knowing everything if the government took out JFK, if the government took out MLK, if we could all agree on that, why is it so hard to believe? And I'll tell you why. Why is it so hard to believe that the government wouldn't do this to shake up the jar? And the reason why is because people on both sides just want to be right. They just want to be right.
I would say one point. I give it 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Donald Trump's assassination attempt. People made fun of that. No one got fired. Charlie Kirk, Jimmy Kimmel makes fun of him. Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, and he gets fired. Something to think about.
Come on.
So Jason, I'm gonna take you off mute. It was kind of hard to hear you because we heard Susie in the background. Go ahead.
I know, and I'm gonna tell you, Susie is my defender. She takes care of me. She keeps me in line. Sometimes I do get out of line, just like the gentleman that's been speaking. Because just like him, I got my opinions, and sir, I give two shits where you came from, what you've done, everything else. But I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna listen to your opinions.
Okay.
So where are you at with it, Jason? Let me hear you.
All right. So government did not take out Martin Luther King. They did not take out JFK. That's falsified. I mean, if it was real, it would have been directed. We know who shot them. And same thing with Abraham Lincoln. James Booth killed him because of his opinions. But that's the thing that scares me these days is I'm scared to speak my opinions because they're going to miss me and I'm going to shoot them.
So Jason, just to kind of drill down on it a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'd like for you to go research is the actual publications that talk about Martin Luther King Jr.'s estate taking the government to court and the estate winning and the government literally having to say that they assassinated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes, sir. And all that is accurate. It was accusations made against the government. Yes, I know. But where did it all end up at? It's still.
The government did it, boo. You got to do some more research. I'm not trying to come at you crazy, but you have not done your due diligence, right? And so I think you're, as far as this part of the conversation is concerned, you're tapping into a conversation that you're not versed in, right? The government did that shit, and so you got to do your due diligence and figure that piece out, right? But we're not up here talking bullshit. The government did that shit, and you can look it up and you can do that.
Wait, I have a quick question, Jason.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever heard that the government experiment on black folks? Have you ever heard that before? Or was that just an accusation?
Syphilis?
Oh yeah, they did. Syphilis, picking cotton, all kinds of stuff, slavery.
I ain't gonna let y'all.
I know that.
Okay.
Jason is my buddy. I ain't gonna let y'all beat up on him, goddamn.
I swear to God, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not.
James, I just think that since he's your buddy, they're trying to read, to see where he is, and I respect the room and I respect Jason because you want to know, like, what are you actually thinking? Because unfortunately, because he appears to be white. I don't know if you're white or not, but he on this podcast.
I'm not white. I'm Appalachian American.
Okay, Appalachian American. But to us, we see a white man, and unfortunately, he is a representation of whatever, since we're speaking politically, you know what I'm saying. So fair,
ma'am.
You see,
I see American. I see American, Jason. I see American.
This goes back.
But some of the questions that he's being asked is not just like he's regular, like an American. You know what I'm saying? Because it's heated. It's heated.
I already know what I am. I am Appalachian American. I'm a redneck as fuck.
No, please don't say that.
You can ask Mr. Glass.
Right.
If he needs somebody to be there for him.
No, I got you. But Jason,
I'm going to be there.
Jason,
and thank you for being transparent.
But
because
Jason,
too many times people hide.
But Jason, I don't allow black folks.
Hey, sir, can we please let the lady speak?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this right now to you.
I know, and I definitely want to hear everything you say. But the lady was speaking. I would like to hear what she got to say.
No, she had stopped. So let me stop and say this to you real quick.
Okay.
I don't allow black folks to call each other the N-word in front of me, in front of white folks. I don't play that. I don't listen to rap music with white folks. I don't do that. So I don't like when white folks call each other or call themselves a redneck. To me, that's a racist word. That's a derogatory word for a white man or a white woman.
Wow.
I think that's a derogatory word.
He's not
A redneck. You know, a redneck would good award for you right now. I don't even know your real name. But
you got my real name. It's right on the screen. Richard Lewis Brown.
No, I see you, but I don't see your name.
Go somewhere.
I have a good award for you.
Hey, the conversation is about to go somewhere it doesn't need to. So getting back on track. The question the question was, why were HBCUs put on lockdown after the Kirk incident?
Because they know long term, what I said earlier in the video, they know long term there's going to be some pushback. And somebody from the right is going to say, you know what? If they think they can shoot one of ours for free, let us return the message. That's why those HBCUs went on lockdown.
I disagree, Rich. I think you're too far left in your timeline. You said hear me out, Rich.
Okay.
I agree with what you say. I disagree with the timeline. You said because they think they should. I think a credible threat was issued. So I'm agreeing with what you say. I'm just moving the timeline up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not talking right now. Just listen to this crazy bullshit.
I love this guy.
I literally just give my earbud to my fiance.
All right.
To listen to the nonsense. I'm glad. I mean, I kind of like the nonsense.
Yeah. I got a good feeling.
Entertained.
Stephanie and Lynn, I got a good feeling. And normally you don't see this side of me. In fact, you've never seen this side of me, have you? Until tonight. But see, when people talk, people will expose themselves. And when people refer to themselves in certain terms, then I know what time it is.
And look, I already know I'm a redneck. I have
a question. Can I answer the question? Because I want to get back to the discussion. Listen.
Yeah.
This is why I think the HBCUs were shut down, because again, it's very convenient and it's a way to rile people up, right? And shake the jar. That's all this is. We got to get the black people mad. We got to get the white people mad, and so that's
the Mexicans too, bro.
And the Mexicans too. Everybody. We got to get.
Damn it! Why y'all got me bringing up the Mexicans? Now I got to put my Mexican on the phone.
No. Look, can I say something?
And look, y'all don't piss the Mexican off now that I have here a chapter. She's a cougar.
No. You know, with all love and respect, look. I come from the revolutionary people of Mexico. We right now understand that we are uniters. We are always gonna be the people that unite us in a lot of ways. At least what I bring to the table. I feel like, look, what's gonna set us free is understanding that a lot of things are being pulled without our control. Recently, this past week, these people that carry a uniform basically disappeared these two parents and left children on the side of the road. So to us as Mexicans, once we unite, look, there's 40 million Mexicans, and we tend to not be very loyal to one another, which is a very crazy thing. But if for 1 second, one Mexican gets picked on, it's like you do not want to do that, because then everybody's like, oh no, we gotta really unite. And Mexicans love to fight. Obviously, like we just.
But unfortunately, the other.
Hey, I don't know if you know or not, but you ain't been stabbed by Mexican. I have.
No, but I say this with sincerity. I say this with sincerity.
Lost that boxing match though.
When the Alamo happened, and when we lost like half of the United States or half of Mexico, it was because of division. Division makes us weak. Even our white counterparts or our Caucasian counterparts. I would not be here if it wasn't for my Caucasian friends. I don't even know how to say it, the term. It's my fellow man. It's my fellow brother. If we were to be in a jungle, the human element takes over and survival takes over. But if we are divided, we are all in a situation where, like, it's the United States of America. If we are united, then nobody will mess with the United States. But there's people that are moving to make us weaker, even inside our country. And I say thus.
So I have to disagree with that. Our politicians won't allow us to be united. So I'm gonna throw that out there first off. Second off, there was a question that's asked that I adore this question, and it takes us off the rails a little bit, but I think it's worth talking about because we've got representation from Boricua, Mexico, the Appalachians. So yep, that too. Exactly. And the question is, do you all feel that blacks are the only race getting suppressed?
No.
Hell no.
No.
We all are. Every race.
Yeah.
We all
To include our white brothers.
All races are. We are all oppressed. We are all oppressed. That's the truth.
Hey, James. What happened?
I said, you got
this is the part that gets me, just everyday life when you're walking and you're thinking about things that are going on, trying to be careful and everything. It's just like how I feel like, how is the majority of all of us minorities being hit, but we're divided? You understand what I mean? And then when I think about minorities too, I think about poor white people.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk about the word minority?
When I applied a job,
do you understand what I'm saying? Like, how is it that other minorities are not like, damn? I need everybody's how come can be some type of unity?
Can we take the word minority out of our conversation? I mean, who is a minority anymore in the United States?
I can't hear what's going on. It's too much.
So this is the truth.
Look, we're all Mexican at the end of the day.
What is a minority these days?
I might know. Well, go ahead.
I mean, I went to Starbucks today and seen a damn peacock that gave me a grilled cheese sandwich.
A peacock?
A bird was in Starbucks?
What? Oh, yeah.
I ain't never pulled up to Starbucks and seen a bird give me a coffee. I had a few birds poop on my car and try to poop in my coffee, but I ain't never had one serve me coffee.
Jason, you might be the only minority in here. For real.
I honestly think I am. Maybe. I don't know.
So to answer the question, for all intents and purposes, in America, the minority group are still the folks who don't have the majority of the power, right? So talking about the blacks and browns, the Asians, right? That includes Indians, so on and so forth. So those are the majority because the white male population is still the predominant majority of America. So that's which is, say again, what you say?
So we've been told.
So we've been.
You know what I mean? And so we believe. You know what I mean? Like my thing is this: is the minority in this country is not. It's not a color thing. It's not a race thing. It's none of that. You know what the minority is?
Yes.
The minority is those of us who have woken up and realized that it's up and down rather than it's left and right. That's who the minority is. The minority is the person who realizes that the liberals are full of shit and the fucking conservatives are full of shit.
I had to unmute myself.
Hold on, Jason.
Again.
Hold on, friend.
Up and down, left and right.
That's what I believe. That's what I believe the minority is. Right? Is the people who can really take a step back and have some emotional intelligence and realize, oh my gosh, we're being played. That's the minority. That's why I think the minority is not this left and right bullshit, not this black and white.
That's right. That's right. And I agree with that.
So we'll go to you, Jason, and then we'll go to Deuce.
All right. Well, the peacock I had to deal with today. My stepdaughter looked at me and said, she told me, stop. Just stop.
Listen to your stepdaughter, Jason.
Please listen to your stepdaughter.
But I just want to know how to address this person.
Did they have a name tag?
I don't know, but I didn't know how to address this person.
Oh, you didn't know what gender they were.
That's what
no. Yeah.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Like that's a whole other conversation.
Just ask her name.
And you can ask Mr. Glass.
I mean, I've never seen the genitalia of a peacock either. When I was supposed to see him at the zoo, I don't look up the thumbs.
I was literally trying to just be a respectful person because I don't care. I don't care if it's a male or female, but I just want to know what it's be addressed as.
Jason, friend, listen, I'm not trying to disrespect you, but you're not being respectful. You were going out of your way to be disrespectful. Okay, because if you really want to respect somebody, ask them their name. If be a mature adult and ask them their name. But if you're calling them a peacock because that's how you feel because you're offended by somebody's sexuality, that's you. You're being immature, man. I'm sorry. I'm saying this with respect, but like I'm so tired.
I didn't tell them directly.
I'm so tired. It's so beneath us as a society. Just ask the person's name and move the hell on. If you don't like them because they're gay, who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't give a shit. They don't care. Why do you care so much? Just ask their name and move on. It's not that big a deal.
If I could talk, if I could talk for a second, if I can talk for a second,
you gotta man up, boo. You gotta man up.
Hold on. If I may interject, look, as human beings, let's not always take ourselves so seriously. We all have things that people get offended. I get offended all the time. That's why I say Taco Tuesday. I'm a Mexican, because right now, being Mexican or being whatever, there's always the counterpart right now. I think overall, the bottom line is that if we don't have the decorum to speak freely, that's basically what puts us all in like a situation that sucks. Because look, everybody somehow is hurt somehow along the way. We all have traumas, right? We all have traumas somehow, or we have all experiences that makes us believe that if I look at someone, that's the person that I'm supposed to hate. But if God was here, he'd be like, look, we're supposed to love everybody. Everybody.
And you're right, Zoe. I just want to, if I can, just go back to Spike's point real quick, the previous point. I appreciate your point, Spike, but I wish I could think of a big word. I disagree. Wholeheartedly disagree.
What do you disagree on? I said a lot. What do you disagree on? Tell me.
Okay, I disagree. You said that it's when it's up and down. I think there is a racism clash. I think there's also a clash on class, right? So rich versus poor. But I still do think that color, race is still involved in that also.
Oh yeah.
Because
I'll meet you there. All right. I agree. But the thing about it is, and that's because people
So like health insurance, life insurance.
Life insurance
is what it is.
All right. So that was a lot more than what I was saying. Y'all are in these background comments killing me. I'm trying to keep my cool and listen to the room and everything else. Y'all are going in back there.
Hey, Mr. Glass, can I make a point real quick?
Last point, and then we're pushing forward to life insurance. Go ahead.
I'll hang up.
Don't hang up, Jason.
I just did not know how to address this person, so I respectfully asked how to address this person.
Okay. You make the room better, bro, by being here.
Zo. Let him go. Let him talk.
I wanted to know what pronoun that person went by. That way I can address that person properly the way they want to be addressed.
This is the way that you would address a person if you're confused, my friend.
Yes. I would ask them how.
Spike, listen to him, Spike.
I'm listening.
All you have to say, right? Because there's no confusion, right? There's no confusion from you. There's no confusion when you see another human, right? It doesn't matter what the pronouns are. You see another person that's alive in front of you, and that should be a reflection of deity as you're interacting with them. That's the bottom line. So you can't hear me, can you?
I think you hear you.
Background. Y'all too loud in the background. So the way to interact with them is simply say, my friend, right? That way you don't get it wrong. And it's always respectful, unless they say, please don't call me that, call me this, refer to me as this or refer to me as that, right? And that's the easy way to jump into that conversation.
I even get to that. Why can't I just ask them, how do you want to be addressed?
And you can, and that's another podcast for another time, buddy. That's another.
Hey, Jason, listen to your stepdaughter.
you're probably.
She can guide you. She can guide you in this way.
All she did was tell me stop. Jason, stop.
Don't get me started. Go in the street, and if you want to be called something else, you let it know.
To be honest, all I want to do is be respectful.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Say what's your name?
You wanted to be.
My name is Jason Roy Bates.
Speak up.
Pushing forward. All right. That was a lot that happened there. And I got sidetracked. I kept putting y'all on mute because y'all.
Jason, I mean no disrespect, but
hey, Mr. Glass, you know I respect you. I love you.
I respect you too, bro.
Give me a holler.
All right, I got you. I'll talk to you.
Whoever that guy is right there, I would love for him to sit on the couch beside me so me and him can have a face-to-face conversation.
Jason.
And that way I can understand where he's coming from. Yes, sir.
Hey, that part of the podcast is done. We went there. We got it. We'll come back to that at another time. Maybe I'll drive up and see you and hang out, and we'll talk then over some moonshine or something.
Sounds good, Mr. Glass. Hey, they got some good weed up here.
Oh shit! No, Jay.
They do.
Sure.
Hey, you're retired as well, so you can do it in this state.
Let me see. There it is, Jason. I'm gonna give you a call later. Good night, brother. I love y'all.
Spike killing me, man. Spike is fucking me up.
Jay Glass. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I am usually a good moderator between opposites or whatever, because I have to give Jason his props because he is bold enough, which a lot of people are, we call them ignorant and stuff. They're bold enough to express how they feel. And instead of me trying to judge how they feel, I really want to know what the hell are you thinking so that I can help you if you want to be.
Jason's kind of crazy.
But that's okay. Shit, we are too. So
he just looked at me like, did you say I'm crazy?
Yeah, but it's like
as a Hispanic woman, very with an Appalachian. Apparently, he's Appalachian. I don't know what the fuck Appalachian American is, but
No, but at the same time, how will you know otherwise? And then, for instance, if you gain like you and him are friends, if you gain a friend in him, then when somebody
he's not my friend, girl, he's my fiance, but.
I'm talking about James. That's James's friend.
Yeah,
so when you gain a friend,
I love James.
I put her on mute. Yeah, Susie.
So what I'm saying is, if you gain a friend like that, and he was talking about other rednecks or whatever, he'll school them. He'll school them if he's really, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, you're right.
And so it's like, okay, yeah, whatever, but no, not today. No, don't mess with him, cause whatever. Or, again, he'll school them on what he's learned from you because of your friendship. The deity that you've shown to him. You were not a threat to him. You put up with how he asked questions and stuff and tried to look beyond that, since he was so open enough to, express himself. And that takes a lot. And Spike, that's why I was saying that, because he said he didn't say what he said in front of the person he was talking to.
Yes, ma'am. We can all learn from each other.
If I may, I'm not offended. I'm just over that conversation. I am a gay man. I've had that conversation with so many people.
I know.
And it's time to move on. We are all gay.
I went to a white college. I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
it's just hard, because how do you address people? Like, how do you address? I'm just saying, like, how do you address people? Like,
okay, Susie, can I ask you just a real question?
Yeah, you can.
Stephanie just said it right there. Stephanie just said it right there. Why is it so hard? And I really want to know, why is it so hard to ask somebody what their name is?
Well, not their name, but people get offended. I mean, I was in California for a very long time. Now I live in Wisconsin for over 3 years.
Yeah.
So every place you move to, or I've moved to, it's different. So
their name is different. Like
no. It's the way that you address. Like if I say he or she or whatever, they're like, that's not my name.
But
and I'm like,
Susie, if you just use their name, you don't have to worry about any of that.
Good. So I've done that. I have addressed them by their name, and they've been ignorant.
Okay. I haven't used pronouns in a long time. Actually,
me either.
Hey,
so
thank you.
I do have somebody that I work with. I do have somebody that I work with that is transitioning.
Okay, what's their name? What's their name?
That applies to everybody.
What's their name?
Michelle.
So if you say, "Hey, Michelle, how you doing, Michelle? You look really good, Michelle." How can you go wrong with that?
Yes, correct.
Michelle. When you refer,
and then but she told me, well, it's not Michelle with a SH, it's Michelle with a CH.
It's
but
Mike now.
I'm like, okay, well, how do I address that? How do I be respectful? How do you be respectful?
Hold on. This is where the conversation gets exhausting, because we're just going in circles. If you just call her Michelle, there's no. Just call her Michelle.
Spike. Something tells me that she probably or they ran into somebody.
Wait. I let y'all go through this for long enough. This is another podcast for another time. I don't want to get sucked down the trans movement world today.
Yeah.
We can do that next week or the week after.
Well, hey, so
Nope. We're not going to continue on that.
I have something to say. So I'm just saying, like, my daughter's here. She's 8. She's gonna be 18 pretty soon. She said, "Mom, like, for someone that my age, how do we address that stuff?" So she wants to know, like, in school.
It's more like of like if you're saying.
Got it. So no, we won't do it tonight. We will talk about that at another podcast because that continues the conversation where I don't want it to be. But we will. I'm glad. I'm taking note. We'll come back to how to actually address humans in a human manner. That's an easy topic, an easy conversation. All right. Thank you all for your input on that.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just saying for younger generation because my daughter.
Oh, you're gonna keep pushing it, and I don't want you to push it no more. That's it. If it's brought up. Yeah, next person that brings it up, I got to take you off the show because I don't want to do that. I don't want to dive into it anymore. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. All right. Now, for the second part of the Daggone podcast.
There's another part of the show.
Honestly, like that's we need to read a little bit, and there's AI. AI would.
Zoe, don't make me
forward. So now we have our friends here, Stephanie and Lynn Medeiros, that are going to talk to us about life insurance. So please, Miss Stephanie,
give me a second.
Life insurance is important.
Hold on. If somebody jumps in and talks about not knowing how to identify a person one more time, tries to further the conversation, if you're on a soapbox about it and it ain't me, you off. I'm just telling y'all that right now. That's it. No more of that.
Yes,
now,
sorry.
Going back into life insurance. What is new in the world of life insurance?
Hey, I did hear about life insurance that you don't only have to use life insurance for life insurance, that you can pull out of it. Is that true?
That's a question for the Medeiros groups.
Oh, I can talk. Yeah. Oh, okay. I almost forgot how to. All right. So, if your question is about, is life insurance just about dying and leaving money to your loved ones? The answer is no.
Right.
The life insurance policy. Let me cook. Life insurance policies have living benefits.
Yep.
One of which is cash value.
Yep.
That you can access. You can withdraw it or you can borrow from it.
Especially if she gets a policy on the little boy that we saw. The younger you get a policy on them, there's no insurability, which means that as he grows older, he won't have, his premium will stay the same, which is very low since he's very, very young. And that even if he got something like diabetes or whatever, adult illnesses, that his God, I'm so confused. But anyway, his premium will stay the same as if he's the age that he is now. He doesn't have to go get a checkup. He doesn't have to give blood or urine or anything. It will stay low as long as he pays his premium. So
the question I got about
you're welcome.
A quick question that I have about insurance. What is at this point, especially with inflation going up and all that other good stuff, and things are starting to become a bit harder to meet the demands, what would be an actual realistic policy that people can look at? I know it changes and it shifts depending on the person, right, situation, but what are some of the lower end costs for life insurance policies?
It would depend on how much you can afford. You would tell us what you can afford, and then we'll put the information into our database, and it will bring up different policies. So whatever, like say for instance, you say, okay, $50,000. then we'll put all your information in there and we'll tell you what comes up that's as close to 50,000, as we can. Or if it's 5,000 or if it's 500,000, it is based on your budget and also all the particulars pertaining to you and, your health and things like that.
And one of the conversations that we like to have is about, of course, affordability, budgets. But what kills most budgets are the non-relationship with your cash flow. People not coordinating things with around the way they get paid, how often they get paid, how much they get paid. Because we do offer policies to our clients that give them flexibility, payment flexibility, where you can skip a premium, you can skip a month, you can skip a quarter if things go bad for you financially. And business owners that need some financial relief, instead of paying a premium, can actually take money out of their policy and keep their business going
after a certain time,
and keep their business afloat. So there are many different types. You just need to have a real conversation. The problem that we have a lot of times is people take on more than they can afford due to pride, due to ego, due to just trying to show off or whatever the case may be. Where I can feel after 33 years, I can feel when you ain't got it, and I'll let you off the hook. But sometimes people just want to, press forward, and then we get one premium and that's it because they don't got it.
Right.
So the types of policies that are the most flexible in this day and age are policies called indexed universal life.
Right.
And when you hear the word universal, that's when you have premium flexibility. If you hear traditional whole life, or if you hear term insurance, let me tell you, if you miss your term insurance premium, you got 31 days and that's it. It's over.
Is that something like the government offers too? Because I know I work for the government and I've never heard those terms or words. Maybe, I just do what they tell me to do. Like fill this out, fill that out, do this, do that. Like,
okay, so if you have a policy with the government, that is what's called, Steph, that is what's called group term life insurance. With group life insurance, you do not get a policy. You get a certificate that is only good if you die while you're in their employment.
Oh,
that's how group term life insurance works.
So if I die while I'm working there, then that's covered for my children, whatever.
That is correct.
So if I die not working for them, then I have to do something different.
If you leave their employment and you want coverage, you have to get an individual life insurance policy.
Can you come to my house because I'm
Where are you?
Like I'm in Wisconsin, but I'm just dumb. Like I just do when I work. I just do what I do, like for work, whatever. Like,
well, we're licensed.
They don't explain
in Wisconsin. We can Zoom with you.
Right. We're in Texas.
We're in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So we can certainly Zoom with you.
I want to make sure my children are taken care of.
We can take care of everything that you need because what we focus on first and foremost is information and education.
Yeah. Because so I work for the government, but I don't trust the government, and I just want my children to be taken care of when I'm away. Like,
oh, Susie, don't put everything out here.
I'm serious. Like I am. Like I want my kids to be taken. I don't want my kids to have to worry about cremating me because cremating is cheaper. Look at this bitch. My kid is saying I'm going to cremate you, Mom. But
so we got Rich, and then we got Mr. I Told You So.
Yeah, I'm going to ask a quick question. Are you licensed for California, Arizona, and Nevada?
California and Nevada, but Arizona, a couple days. So our phone number is in the chat, so you can text any questions that you have to that number and give us your contact information. because we want to keep this going, and just let us know, because what we really want to do tonight is inform and educate you about life insurance, because like I said, there's a lot of misinformation out there about the product. Most people think that it's too expensive, but they never go through the exercise. The three components that you need to be thinking about when you get a life insurance policy are, first and foremost, your final expenses. Final expenses, that's the coverage that you definitely need to die with.
Mm-hmm.
But there are coverages that you need to live with. Like if you're young and you have a family, you need to have enough coverage to cover several years of your annual income. So that's called income replacement. Also, what you don't want to do, if it's possible to avoid, is to leave your family saddled with debt.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk to you about what your debt total is so we can handle your debt elimination.
Mm-hmm.
Mortgage protection. You get a mortgage, you got 30 years to pay that thing off. We like to pair that with a 30-year term policy. So either you're going to live past 30 years and have a home free and clear, or you're going to pass away during the mortgage period and get your mortgage balance wiped out.
Right.
So here's a question that I have as a recently retired guy, and maybe maybe I have an autoimmune deficiency, or maybe I might have been diagnosed with a cancer, or I'm a cancer survivor, or I just want additional insurance in general. What does that look like? How is that shaped? And let's say I'm just looking at it for something like $250,000 policy. How does that play out?
Okay, so when you have situations like that, we need to set the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, a life insurance company is a business. So when you have medical conditions that shorten your life expectancy, you're not going to be able to get large policies. But one of the things that Stephanie and I can do for you, and we did this for a client, he was a transplant recipient. So he was limited to $25,000 to $30,000 by every company that we went to.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted $100,000. So guess what we did? We got him $25,000 with 4 companies. Now, is it more expensive? Yes, but he's in a situation where the statistics say when you receive an organ from someone else, your life expectancy is going to be shorter than it would have been had you had your own organs. So this is the business, this is the science, this is the underwriting that occurs with companies, but this is also what Stephanie and I do. So if someone says they want $300,000 worth of coverage, and they have a condition that limits the amount that any one company will give them, we just shop around and we get multiple companies to approve them. As long as you can pay the premium, they're not going to have a problem.
Right. And this is why it is so important to us to be able to work with over 30 carriers, because some companies don't like, say, for instance, serious issues like cancer and diabetes and things like that. But then you have other companies that are like, hey, that's our jam, bring them on. You know what I mean? So with as many companies as we work with, we can find you what it is that you are looking for, or as close to it as you need it to be.
Okay. So I see you, Zoe. Mr. I told you so. I had a question about VA, so on and so forth.
So I'm 100% VA disabled, so I was wondering if there's something that can help veterans in the same scenario, right? That it's affordable and trustworthy, because obviously the government and the VA offers a solution, which is the FGLI, family GLI, right? But in the end, it comes out to being an expense that is super more pricey at the pocket of the veteran than it is for the benefit of the whole entire family. So, I was just wondering if there's something that could say for that.
Absolutely. Text us your information.
Are you Tyron?
Oh, this is Mr. I told you.
What's your real name?
I mean, I agree with him because as I work for the VA and I work for like community care to have veterans schedule appointments in the community, and it's hard for them. It's hard for them. So I totally agree with what he's saying. Like, is there something for them?
Yes.
To,
Yes. Just hit us up. Here's what you will never ever hear about us. I went to them and they couldn't cover me.
So is there some? I don't want to say my job. Yeah, I don't want to say my.
Don't tell us that. Hit us up. Also, info@themadeirisgroup.com is our email address.
Oh, let me address this. I ain't no goddamn secretary.
Thank you.
Who's on the secretary?
No, Teron, my buddy right here. Hey, the number is on the ticker. I'm going to
put the email address in the chat as well. But no matter what your situation, what we want to let you know is we can cover you. That we've never come up against a situation where, we can't cover this person. We have designed and set our organization up so that we can accommodate any situation, except if you're age 90 or above.
Right.
We're 0 to 89.
Thank you.
If you're 90, I'm out. But 0 to 89, we got you.
And the youngest you need to be is what? How many months?
Days. 15 days.
15 days, yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Man.
So you can actually add life insurance to like a newborn?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's how you
15 days.
That's generational wealth for sure.
There are cultures that as soon as a baby is born, they slap $1 million policy on that baby.
What?
That's great. That's information for me. Like, I've never known that.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you about your baby.
Baby girl, that's still on time.
They slap that $1 million policy on that newborn. What's that monthly cost?
Very, 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 very small because
under 20 bucks.
As a rule, newborns don't die. Now that's 50,000.
Oh, that's 50,000. Okay, it's gonna be.
But newborns, as a rule, don't die.
So that's $20 a month, $25 a month.
No, it's not $20 or $25. For 50,000, it would be less than $20 a month.
Yeah.
But for $1 million, it would still be something. And once again, this is like I said, a cultural thing where money is not an issue. But what happens is now that child carries that minimal premium throughout his or her life, and when that child dies, that money goes into the family trust. So everybody in the family's got $1 million, and when they die, it goes into the family trust, and they just keep.
Does that gain interest, or is it just like payout?
Say again.
Does that gain interest throughout the payout, or
no? Not the death. The death benefit does not gain interest. The cash value gains interest. Mm-hmm. So you'll have access to cash throughout your life to get your first house or get your what's the name of the place out in Carolinas? Your summer home. You get your summer home out in North Carolina. You can get all that stuff.
No timeshares, please.
Huh?
No timeshare.
No, not a timeshare.
A whole summer home.
No, a summer home.
A lake house, yeah.
So what's a monthly payment from anywhere from $20 to $200?
Well, see, Richard, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. But the way it works is we got to put in date of birth, sex. Sex matters because women live longer than men. Male premiums are more expensive than female premiums.
Hold on. It's so funny that you said that.
Oh, why?
So funny.
Why?
Why?
Because If it's a man, it's a man. If it's a woman, it's a woman. So
It's
they
still
put
a
it in
person.
effect.
Exactly. It's still a person.
But we're talking about
men do more stupid stuff
life
than
insurance.
women, so we put
Life
ourselves at
insurance
risk.
is based on actuarial science.
Yeah.
So the
Actual
average
science-
date of a person, a
but that
man or a
actual-
woman lives.
But that actual science is based off a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I got to say. I'm good. I'm good.
Just like when you go to the doctor.
Look,
It's
man,
like
I don't want
girl.
your screen to pop off, so I think you should shut that down right now.
We ain't getting into that conversation.
No, I just asked you for a fact, and you gave me the fact. That's all. I
That's
need to
it.
know.
All right, Zoe, sorry about that. Wasn't trying to jump over you. Oscar, I got you next.
No, this is great. And thank you, Stephanie and Lynn, for giving us the education that we all needed probably before even I had this ailments in my life of the C word. I want to ask a question. What are the things that you constantly see in terms of when they walk into your business or even give you guys a call? What is the biggest thing that you guys got to tackle to alleviate people of this is the way to go? Because you just said something about the living trust, ensuring the generational wealth of your kids. We know that our kids is our treasure. We work so hard, and the biggest worry right now is in any parent is that if anything happens to me or my wife, when we were going through the C word, we had no safety net, you know, and we had no idea. Like me and my wife were like, we can't go get life insurance. It would be, the premiums would be through the roof. So is there places, this is my question, sorry. Is there places, states that are more favorable than other states? Or is there, what is the quickest form to alleviate all those insecurities of, hey, if you're susceptible to this risk, you and your wife, this is the best way to do it without denting the pockets? Because at the end of the day, we sometimes feel like insurance is like we're just throwing away money. Like my car insurance, I sometimes feel like it's needed.
Don't monologue about it, because that's a completely different type of insurance.
That's totally different.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying.
Only,
I'm just saying, like how I think of it. Like
here, let me give you this stat.
Our goal is
Thank
to,
you.
like he said, inform and educate.
Let me give you this
So,
stat.
Here we go. Yeah.
You might get in a car accident. You will die.
Like
So
that.
all of us, everybody, not because of the C word.
No,
We're all
just
gonna
keep it. Just keeping it nice and simple.
Yep.
Your house might burn down. You will die. That's the difference.
Look, not in the fire.
And what I also want to impress upon everyone is life insurance proceeds are the only, because people always want to make this a bill. But this is the only bill where cash is going to show up on your loved one's worst day.
Yep.
Cash is not coming. The electric company don't want to hear the breadwinner died. Mortgage company don't want to hear
The lights out.
that the breadwinner died.
Right.
That all those bills that you pay, your car insurance bill, Allstate don't want to hear that the breadwinner died. But life insurance is the only bill that you pay that when you pass away, money shows up. Income tax free money. Straight cash, homie. In the immortal words of Randy Moss.
No, and Lynn and Stephanie, like those are the things that, you know, sometimes as minorities, we don't have access to that business mindset of why this is a good business move, not only for the present, but into the future, into the forever.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
Thank
Oscar,
you.
Sure. Yeah.
You there, Oscar?
Hey, folks, how's it going?
There you are.
Hey,
What's up?
Oscar. What happened? I told you so.
Hey, everybody. So just a random question. Can I put life insurance policies on random people?
Oh, not the homeless. No.
I'm just
no. Well, here's
it's a joke. I'm thinking like a business here, because business.
I have a question. So at what age should you start having life insurance?
Who's it?
Possible.
You got to read the room. Somebody else was talking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so where are we?
Oscar,
are you? All right, but let me just answer your question anyway. As far as putting life insurance on random people, no. That is frowned upon in the insurance world. You have to have what's called an insurable interest, meaning that you are financially responsible for that person.
Right.
Yeah,
you
the
just
funny it was
that was a movie.
Yeah, it was a random. It was a joke, but the reality of it was just kind of like trying to. The answer I wanted was the one that you gave as to why corporations and businesses are able to insure their employees, not for their employees' sake, but for their sake. So if just in case like an employee dies, it's a loss of an employee, so they benefit from the loss of the employee. And
Well, the money doesn't go back to the company. The employee designates where that money goes. So that money goes to the employee's loved ones at work. So when a company insures an employee, so a lot of times people will have, let's say, 4 times their salary. And 4 times their salary is $250,000. The first $50,000 is free, meaning the company is paying for it. The additional $200,000, the employee is paying for. And even if your company tells you, or it's not coming out of your check, there's a thing on your W-2. There's a section for imputed income, and that's where those things go. So things that your company pays for, and health insurance goes in there a lot as well, that you're unaware of, you get banged on your W-2 as imputed income. So the value of what they paid for you. Sometimes that even happens with tuition and tuition reimbursement programs. So take a look at your W-2s to see what it is that your company may be providing for you that you think is free, but you're actually being charged for it in the form of income that will be taxable income.
All right, so got a couple more minutes left. Any more questions on life insurance before we push over to final thoughts?
I do. What would you advise as a teen that just got out of high school, starting a new job? What kind of advice can you give them?
Well, if there is a cost to your premature death, you could get a policy for you, 18-year-old female. That premium is $14, $15 for $50,000 of coverage. I mean, it really is. But here's what happens. If you hold on to that policy and now you find yourself in your 50s and 60s and 70s, where we get calls all the time where people are kicking themselves that they let those policies go at a young age, you'll be so much more in an advantageous situation from a life insurance standpoint, because then that's a policy that you die with. And we recommend that everyone die with life insurance because it takes so much of the burden off of your loved ones who are dealing with
the
your
worst
demise.
day of their life. Yeah.
And now they have this financial situation that just pops up on them. And then they say, wow, Jay Glass had this policy and now we don't have to worry about his home going.
But didn't you say if they have this life insurance policy, that life insurance policy should be centered towards a trust?
Oh, no. That was a scenario where the $1 million baby.
Okay.
That was one scenario.
Okay.
No, here's the truth. Most people don't need a trust. Most people do need a will if they have stuff. But a trust is one of these gadgets that the wealthy use, to control people from the grid. That's basically what a trust is.
Give me a second. That popped off a little faster than what I anticipated. Anyway, so the hope is this is Life Insurance Month, right?
Yeah.
And as always,
Life insurance awareness month.
Awareness month.
About 3 things going on in my head at once. Life insurance. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I want to be able to bring the Medeiros Group, our resident experts on life insurance, as always, back on. And if I could have y'all with us for the rest of the month, we would absolutely appreciate y'all's participation. So that gives people time to get their questions together, get their thoughts together, and also reach out to you in the between time. That way they can begin to ask questions, and then when you're on, they can ask more questions even live, and hopefully get some resolution and a way forward on life insurance. Because I'll end up sharing my life insurance information with people later on. But for the future, we definitely want to have y'all on so we can continue the life insurance discussion. Because this is what I honestly, this is when I become one of my favorite times of the year.
This is our third year. This is our third year.
It's great. I love it.
That's our third year.
I absolutely love it.
Good job.
Yeah. So with that being said, I know I usually do final thoughts, but I have to curb final thoughts for the night. And I'll tell everybody why. I want to take just a few minutes to kind of give a quick commercial about the way forward of the Family Bloodline podcast. Not to get into too many details, specifics, or particulars, but the Family Bloodline podcast is going to be expanding, and we are going to be doing a lot of shifting. Give me 1 second. Y'all know y'all are putting questions in the backstage, right, in the private chat that only we can see, not everybody. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. That's a good question, Ash. But we are going to be expanding on the Family Bloodline podcast, and it's going to be a very intentional shift, and making sure that we are capturing everybody's unique perspectives in their entirety in different ways. So if you've already got your Family Bloodline merch, you might want to put a stamp on that and call it the Legacy Edition, right? Because things are about to look different. Things are about to look really, really different. We're about to take off. We're going into new, different ways, and we're expanding a lot. And I'm excited about it. I am very, very excited about it, and it's going to be great. We'll be having a lot more information, a lot more content, a lot of different channels, a lot of different topics to jump into in the future. So give us a few days. That really means months, but things are going to be lifting and shifting and looking different on the Family Bloodline podcast. And we're going to have a lot of new faces, a lot of fresh content. And this is the expansion. And I'll talk to a couple of y'all backstage about it, let y'all in on what's going on. But I just wanted everybody out there that's listening to know that don't be scared when you start seeing some things lift and shift and you start seeing some new stuff happening. Get excited with us, because this is a very exciting time. We are bringing content literally for us, by us, with resident experts to give us a ton of information. And we're pushing forward. We've been doing it for 5 years, and now is the time to literally expand our base, expand our foundation, and get us pushed out even further into the social media streets, even the world. So with that being said, I'll do 30 seconds for final thoughts. 30 seconds. Everybody get 30 seconds for a quick final thought. And I am timing y'all. I'm timing everybody. So final thoughts starting now. Oh, it's on the Medeiros Group. Let's get it.
Okay. Final thoughts. I know we spent a lot of energy on the earlier topic, but the Medeiros Group is here to help, and we do not discriminate. Period.
I love it. Lynn?
I'm a simple man who's passionate about creating and preserving wealth for the next generations, so that we can have a better future, better outlook, better everything.
I love that. Thank y'all. I can't wait for this. Man, this is going to be a great month. Susie, now this is your 30 seconds without being interrupted. It's all you.
Come on, Susie.
I would say thank you guys. The insurance stuff, really, thank you for that. Like, I really appreciate it. Sometimes it gets confusing about insurances anywhere with a teenager just got out of high school, going to college, like it made a big difference. Thank you guys.
All right. The Zohan.
Guys, I'm just I really appreciate this platform since the beginning. It has been a wonderful experience to share our most treasured thoughts and ideas. And let's definitely keep it 100 and commercialize it to the next level. Congratulations, James, and the family bloodline.
Right on. Oscar, I know you wasn't with us long, man, but you got 30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right, starting now. I just want to say thank you to the guests that were on here. Thank you for everybody always making it really awesome. And for us able to have conversation, even though we don't always agree with each other. That is the very core and foundation of our country. And on this day, Constitution Day, I'd like to say happy Constitution Day to everybody. And importantly, last thing is, since we're talking about life insurance, it behooves everybody to look into, learn a little bit about.
Oh, man.
And start early, because there are ways to do it. And I wish I had known when I was younger.
There you go. Hermano. Mr. I told you so.
So all I can say is stay creative, stay loving, and always strive for greatness, because the world needs the best version of you.
Oh, I love that. That's great. That's great. Rich.
I'll make it quick. Charlie Kirk's tragedy raises issues which are often racial that have not been fully resolved in our country. Resolution is nowhere to be found presently, in my personal opinion. Thank you for having me, and thanks for the Maderas Group for the insurance information.
Our pleasure.
And last but not least, myself, my final thoughts is just stay tuned, folks. We're getting bigger. Things are getting bigger and better. We're pushing forward. We are pushing forward. There's a lot happening. I am extremely excited. As always, thank you everybody for hanging out with us and being with us. And finally, if you have not gotten your family bloodline merchandise, hey, I got the prices out there. Get it before it changes. Hey, it's going to end up being Legacy Edition, and you're going to want to be on board with this. You're going to want to be on board with this. So I got the prices. I'll put them back up later on. But with that being said, as always, y'all could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with us. So with that being said, thank you for coming out. God bless and good night.